Hello Virgo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And an Ace of Wands. This is consciousness. This is enlightenment. This is inspiration. This is perhaps carrying a torch of some kind, right? I feel as if you're becoming increasingly aware of something in your life. I think it's a path that is it's sort of right just before it's opening up before you, and I almost wonder if we are like maybe trying to kind of not notice it, like not look at it, because I feel like it's something that's very, very different than what you think you want. Yeah. But like I said, there's this kind of a growing awareness of it. It's like we're starting to feel this push or this pull even in this new direction, and maybe it's becoming kind of almost irresistible, almost unavoidable. You know, we can't keep ignoring it. We can't pretend it's not there, right? I feel like it's starting to occupy more of your waking hours, right? Maybe your dreams too. But I feel that this is kind of a new sense of purpose, a new sense of destiny, or that growing awareness that perhaps now your destiny is taking you in a very different direction than what you're used to. Okay. But you're somebody who is definitely not scared. You're not afraid of kind of going at it alone if you need to, you know? You're not afraid of new things. You're not afraid of new places or new people. It's not maybe what you really enjoy doing. I don't know that you really seek out a lot of new things. I think that you kind of find what works for you, and it tends to continue working for you until it doesn't, right? Until we have to make a big change or something like that. Let's see where this energy is taking you, though, okay? Because I feel that this is the torch. This is a lamp, right? And that's the lamp that you, Virgo, as the Hermit card is your power card, which maybe will show up today, maybe it won't. But the Hermit is that energy that is aware of that light that's burning inside. Okay? And that light that's burned, that's your torch, that's your lamp that you're holding. And it's kind of showing you, go this way, go this way, go this way. And I think that we've maybe got to listen to it. Okay? Let's take a look at the rest of our cards now. We've got the Libra energy, the justice, adjustment. This is really the kind of the necessity of kind of altering our path a little bit, being able to adjust our lives. It's really you're able to adapt to things. I think you're a very adaptable person. You don't like adapting, though. You don't want to do it. You like to, again, you like to find what works for you and stay there doing it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Why mess with something that already just feels good and it feels comfortable, right? This is kind of, this is one of those things where we kind of have to force ourselves to get up and, you know, to go out on this different path. There's some sort of a necessity here, right? We don't like leaving our house, but sometimes we've got to get up and go grocery shopping or go to the post office or whatever we do, right? But this card, I think, is the higher discernment in you, where it's this kind of like, if something's going to require a really big effort, a really big change, a lot of resources, let's say, there's this option on the table to spend a lot of money, right? Buy a new car or something. You're really going to invoke your higher powers of discernment, your higher mind, to help you make that decision. It's not something that you take lightly. It's not something, yeah, okay, sure. Or it's not something you just say, no, I don't want it. And a big thing like this, if it's a completely new direction, it might be a 90-degree turn in your life, you take it seriously, and you're going to give it the thought that it deserves, not just our human thought, but that higher divine wisdom and discernment. Okay? I think this is a situation that deserves that higher attention. Okay? Because this is the card of judgment. This is the card of us weighing the options. They say an object at rest stays at rest until acted upon by a force. This is you kind of weighing that force. Is it enough to really get me going? Or is this something that maybe it's not as important to me as my current place? Okay? So we're kind of evaluating this Ace of Wands and thinking, is that something that is it so powerful and so intense and so kind of unavoidable and irresistible that it's gonna push me in that direction, right? So we're doing that higher judgment of things. Okay, let's look underneath everything. There's your Hermit card. There's your Power card. We ring the bell. This is the Hermit. It rules the sign of Virgo. It represents your Virgo energy, and this is exactly it. We don't want to make any big, huge changes in our life unless there's a darn good reason why, unless we kind of invoke that higher, wisdom and understanding, that higher discernment in us, and we authenticate it and we think, yes, it's necessary. Yeah. And the Hermit really is that kind of energy. It really has to search within for that inner light, and it's guided by its inner light. You have to trust in yourself to determine if this is the right path for you. Okay? If this is something that maybe you need to just ignore, or if this is a push or a pull that you really need to pay attention to. Okay? The Hermit is not relying on any outside forces. You got your cloak, you got your hood up, right? You're trying to make this determination, this analysis almost, free of any kind of external bias. It's really a controlled kind of environment here. You don't want any outside energy coming in to influence your decision. This is something that it's like you've got to, you kind of shut yourself in your room and you meditate on it for, a day or a week, right? And I think you're somebody that does that. I think when the big decisions in life present themselves, especially if it is a big, a 90-degree turn or something like that, you take it seriously and you take your time and you figure it out. You're not swayed by, you're not swayed by any of the kind of, let's say, the human emotions or the human thoughts. You're okay with doing things the hard way. You're okay with doing things alone if you need to, right? You're not shy in that way. You can handle yourself. So that's not a factor. That's not an excuse. You're not just choosing the path of the easiest way or the least resistance. You're not choosing the path that's just going to appease your human emotions, the kind of instant gratification. Yeah. You know the hard work, and you have the perseverance, you have the personality to do it. Okay. So really the only thing it comes down to is that kind of divine, spiritual judgment, evaluation, and that discernment to say, is this something I need to pay attention to or not? We're not really asking our heart, what the heart wants because, and on a human level at least, the heart can't always be trusted. You know, you may desire something. That's the path that seems more pleasant, seems more satisfying. It seems like it maybe resonates with some sort of desire that I have, and I want to go that way. And I think that you're trying to bypass that sort of thing, right? And find that deeper light, that deeper intuition. Okay. Let's see what is behind everything. We got another ace. Another ace. With the Ace of Pentacles in the background, I almost wonder if this was, if you've kind of started something new already, like if you already kind of took on something new in your life, a new path, a new job, a new relationship, a new hobby or avocation, a new spiritual practice. I feel like you kind of started something new recently. And now we're kind of getting this Ace of Wands that maybe is different than the Ace of Pentacles, right? I mean, it might be something completely new. The way I'm kind of feeling this is that this is, on the human level, this is what we've chosen to do. But on a spiritual level, it almost feels as if the universe has some different plans, right? And it's kind of like we started this job, this activity in our human life, but then we get that call from on high, right? And we're being pulled in a different direction now. We're on this divine mission now, which is kind of saying this is no longer really. It might still be there. It might still be what you're partaking in, what you're working on, or the activities that you're doing, but I feel that the importance is, it's dimming, right? And maybe this is what we're kind of deciding between, is our human destiny and our spiritual destiny. This is kind of what we want to do on our day-to-day, but then we have this new path that's calling to us that seems like it might be way more important, right? Well, it doesn't mean we have to stop doing that, but it kind of means that our focus is shifting. And I think this is really us determining how much weight does each of these hold. Okay. Well, let's keep going and see if we can get some more details here. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is work, and also works. It's the effort that you put into doing things, and it's the result of what you do, right? It's work. It's activity, and then it's the product of that activity. Okay. So when we think about the Ace of Pentacles, we think, okay, well, that's something that I can do, and I know what the results are going to be. I know I get that job, and I know they're going to pay me every 2 weeks. I know what my salary is, and that's it. With the Ace of Wands, this new path, which might be a 180, it might be 90 degrees, it might be 720, I don't know. It's almost as if we don't see exactly yet what the reason is, or what the purpose is, or what the end is, or what the results will be, or what the outcome will be, or what the rewards will be. Okay, we don't quite know how this new path is going to benefit us, or in which way it will benefit us, right? But the Three of Pentacles is also part of this idea that giving 100% of focus to this path will not allow us to have 100% of focus on that path. We don't have 200% of anything. You're one being, right? So part of the Libra energy here, the adjustment card, is is it 50-50? Is it 80-20? Is it 70-30? Is it 90-10? Is it 99 and then 1? Right? How do we kind of split? Because we don't have, like I said, we don't have 200% of ourselves. So how do we evaluate these two separate paths? Which again, one feels like it's kind of an earthly path, an earthly destiny, and one feels like it's a more spiritual or even a creative kind of path, creative destiny, right? Or a spiritual path in general. Let's look at what's in the future position. The universe. The universe is calling you into itself. And this feels like this really is a spiritual path. Okay, it is earth energy, which is interesting too, right? The world card, the universe card, it's about it's earth, and it's also Saturn. And it might be the idea that we can kind of have both of these are possible. That there can be fulfillment from both of these what seem like separate paths. The only thing that I guess that'd make them more separate is if this was water, right? But it feels as if this is kind of the lowest, the kind of base reality, the physical plane, and then we have way up there the spiritual plane. And the idea of having to assign each of them a value, right? How much weight is it, 50-50, that sort of thing. Maybe the universe card is saying that you're being called to a different kind of destiny, right? Or that your future is really going to be, it's going to be more holistic than that. It's going to contain all of these other things. All right, and I feel that this is the universe like calling you into itself. And I don't know. I keep feeling that it's calling you, pulling you forward toward this. Well, with this Ace of Wands energy, with this kind of like picking up the torch, like carrying. I don't know, carrying the mantle or something like that, right? This is your place in the world, right? Kind of calling you home in a way. Yeah. The problem with this card is that it's very general, and it's the entire universe, right? Which makes it very hard to be specific with it. I think you know what it means. I think when you evaluate this Ace of Wands and where it's taking you, you can maybe see, and maybe it'll take us a while to really see it clearly, as this might materialize into maybe a Princess of Pentacles or a 10 of Pentacles, right? Something like that, something more tangible, more visible, something we can experience with our senses. But I feel like this is the path that's really taking you to where you belong in the world. Maybe literally to a new home, right? A new environment. But I think like really just finding your place in the world. Finding where you belong, both terrestrially, earthly, finding your place in the world, and finding your place in the universe, right? This card's called the universe in the Thoth deck. It's called the world in most other tarot packs. But it's kind of both, right? It's our cosmic life and our earthly life. And I think that this is the path that's really maybe showing you that both of these paths are one. So maybe it's not so much about separating or trying to find a way to, keep them separate and say, I'm going to put 50% of my time here, 50% of my time there, and that's all I can do. Maybe the Justice card here is not about separation. Maybe it's about unification. Okay? And maybe the separation is really just about us, separating that idea that I need 200% to do this, right? Like we were talking about. Maybe it's more of a unity that says this is all one path and leading us to this, like I said, this holistic future. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it here. We're going to put Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top of that. We're not going to look at it until the very end, but it will tie everything together and give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's a great way to support the channel, and this channel is supported by viewers like you, and it's free, so that helps too. Let's check in with the general energy now in the path of the Serpent. We got the 8 of Wands. Now this fire energy of this Ace of Wands is really expanding into every direction. This is kind of a new, it almost feels like it's an activation of you spiritually. I think it's coming as a realization. It's coming as a real spiritual moment, a spiritual experience. So it could be really a moment of this kind of, abrupt enlightenment. I'm almost expecting a Tower card. It could be that Kundalini awakening or that chakra activation, but I feel like it's giving you a deeper sense of reality here. And maybe it's that experience that is going to show you that these paths aren't separated. That it's not your physical life and your spiritual life and you've got to choose, or you've got to separate, or you've got to prioritize them, because they are all one path. And maybe this is realizing that that spiritual energy, that light, that fire, that creative energy is spreading out into every direction. It's spreading out in every direction of your physical world, of your physical being, of your life, of your consciousness. Okay? And I think what that means is that we are sort of realizing that every act is a spiritual act, you know? That if we have these spiritual experiences and these let's say moments of enlightenment, or a continuous kind of enlightening, right, as a process, that energy, that spiritual consciousness permeates everything. It's kind of like once your third eye is open, you're seeing all of your mundane things in different ways. It gives a certain magic to something simple like tying your shoes, or cleaning your room, or whatever, right? We're able to see that physical reality, our earthly destiny, in a different way. Okay, and I think it really gives you. I don't know that this is a 90-degree turn. I think maybe it really is like a 720 kind of turn, right? Because I feel like it's just spinning us around. It's not taking us in a new direction. It's taking us in the same direction, but in a new way, right? With this with this enlightenment, with this enlightening, with this realization of some kind. Yeah. So I don't know if I was right at the beginning. I think this is evolving as we go through, that it's not you have to leave behind what you've already chosen and take this Ace of Wands and go off on this new quest, right, in a completely different way. I feel like this is saying no. It's like life stays the same, but it also changes in the most profound ways. You're partaking of the highest spiritual realm and the kind of lowest earthly realm. Fire and earth, the aces, I think, are very significant. And of course, this card is representing the compass rose, right? We have all of the different directions. And I feel as if they're all sort of equal. This isn't showing us a compass that's kind of pointed in a particular direction now. And this might even be the realization that the aces of the pentacles here don't really matter so much. What matters is that spiritual awareness, the consciousness, the enlightenment, your fire, your creativity, your unique spiritual energy that you bring to every activity that you do. The particulars don't matter as long as you're bringing you to them, right? But I feel like this is still yet more than that, because I feel that there is some sort of a mission or a purpose here. Yeah, I feel like you're chosen for something. Let's continue. Let's see what's in the environment. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, divine timing. A kind of a sense of destiny. This is the Wheel of Destiny, the Wheel of Fortune. And it's in the environment. It's your relationship with the environment. This is the idea of you finding everything in the world, in the universe, literally everything is a holy thing. Okay? And it's almost as if we are realizing the value of everything and the abundance of everything, even something really like flies, It's like, do we really ever appreciate flies? Maybe we do, or mosquitoes. That's the thing. We have such terrible mosquitoes here. My arms, I'm all bit up with mosquitoes. how can we ever truly appreciate the mosquitoes? You know what I mean? Intellectually, I can say, well, yeah, I mean, they obviously serve some sort of purpose in the ecosystem here, but I mean, that's just words, right? But having that deep appreciation for everything in life, that deep sense of everything is holy, everything is cherished, everything is valuable, everything is worth something, right? That's a profound experience that I don't know how we bring that about. I think this also, in terms of your relationship with the environment, I feel as if you are kind of expanding your field of awareness, and this is the Jupiter energy. Jupiter expands, expanding possibilities, right? Which is also very appropriate with the Eight of Wands, because this is creative energy going out in every direction. And this is now every direction is bringing you prosperity. Every direction is successful. So these two cards say, whatever direction you go right now, if you're bringing your enlightenment, you're bringing your spiritual, creative fire energy, it's going to be successful. It's going to work. It's going to pay off, right? Every direction there could be a jackpot, right? So in some ways, it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't matter what you choose, but I think it's meant to say that you don't have to like unchoose something. You should not feel as if you've chosen incorrectly, right? You see what I mean? That if you any choice that you make is coming from Spirit, and every choice is the right choice. And so it's kind of removing any kind of doubt or regret. But let's see what the next card is. Three of Cups, abundance, happiness, celebration, right? It's Mercury in Cancer. It's kind of about communicating what you want, right? Communicating what you need in terms of your emotional life, your joy, your pleasure, your sense of connection with people, your pets, your plants, right? With the world. It's kind of that underlying joy. And the reason why this is in the position of the difficulty is because usually it's difficult to try to find some beauty or joy or bliss in getting bit up by mosquitoes, right? How the heck can I appreciate that? How can I, and this is not to say that we need to go through painful experiences with a smile on our face, That's not what it is. Trying to pretend, oh, I like it when the mosquitoes are biting me. But on a spiritual level, to feel like life is pure joy, like existence is pure joy. That's something profound. That's an amazing thing that I don't feel many people accomplish. Okay. I also like that we have the 3 and the 3 up here. So we've got an ace and an ace, we've got a 3 and a 3. I think that not only is every choice you make going to be prosperous, that any direction you choose to take with your life, any kind of physical career or job or relationship or hobby or avocation, anything that kind of manifests in the physical world and that you put effort into, is going to be successful, but it's also going to feel good. It's also going to bring you joy. Even if you have to go through a bunch of mosquito bites, to get there, on your way there or whatever. It has an underlying joy to it. And in that sense, maybe I don't mind the mosquitoes so much, because why I'm out there in the yard, is to go to the park with my family or go to the beach or to reach something I have to go through that cloud of mosquitoes in order to get to something that is absolutely fulfilling, right? And so in that sense, I kind of can smile and laugh through the mosquitoes as I run as fast as I can through them. Because they're compared to that bliss, they're just minor annoyances. Yeah. So I feel the 3s here are really talking about the effort that we put into something makes it worthwhile. makes it more satisfying. The greater the trials, the greater the rewards. The harder you work, the harder you get to celebrate when it's done, you know? I think the universe has really amazing plans for you. And I'm very interested to see where in the universe you sort of end up, right? But I don't think it's an end. I don't think we're ending up anywhere necessarily. I think it's a continuous path of you carving your own unique path in this infinite universe with the support of the entire universe. Spirit's got you, Virgo. Spirit's got you right now. When I say that the universe has amazing plans for you, I feel like they're very much in line with what your plans are, or vice versa. Your plans are very much in line with what the universe has planned for you, because thou art that. Final card here, the Emperor. That sense of agency, that sense of, yes, I can manifest my future. The Emperor, and especially if we think of, well, you know, just kind of back in the day, ancient times, even in ancient China and Europe and stuff, especially Egypt too. The Emperor, the one who's in the highest authority of the land, right? The Pharaoh or you know, the Emperor. They had the mandate of heaven. They were divinity incarnate upon the earth, right? The god kings of Egypt and that sort of thing. And in ancient China, the dynasty had the mandate of heaven. There was a spiritual sanction on their reign, you know. And so this is really the feeling that that you have a life that is in perfect harmony with the divine will, that your will is the same as the divine will. And therefore, everything that you do, at least in that spirit, right, has the divine sanction. Now, this isn't a license to go do a bunch of dumb stuff. It's the way of viewing your life and your choices as vitally important, as, you know, that we don't do anything that's not in accordance with our will and the will of heaven, right? Or the universe, or, you know, the divine realm, the spiritual realm, whatever you believe in. That's really a responsibility, right? That means everything you do has to be kind of, you know, ordained by that higher mystery, higher power, whatever. So it's an intense responsibility, but it is also kind of the highest bliss, you know. So this is a real authority over your own life that is being directed and guided, and kind of got that stamp of approval by Spirit, you know. Very good way to end this path here. This is really outstanding. I want to look at the mystery card, though. Let's see what this is. Well, we've got the Hermit. Got a lot of major arcana here today, really. I would like to see either a Three of Wands, or perhaps another major arcana. Maybe High Priestess. I think the High Priestess actually would be really good, because the High Priestess to me is, one, it's the intuition. It's kind of like we're obeying the messages of Spirit, right? That we're following the path that is being shown us. That we are going through those pillars, right? Going through the difficulties of our earthly life and in all of its duality and all of its extremes. We're going right through the center. If we follow the High Priestess, you know what's behind the High Priestess? It's the pomegranates, right? To me, it always represents the Empress life. So it's kind of like and we have the Emperor. So what does the Emperor need but the Empress to go with it? I feel as if following the High Priestess, following this path, following your intuition and that divine will leads you to that paradise, leads you to that heaven on earth, right? Leads you to really the fulfillment of the aces here, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So I want this to be the High Priestess. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. There it is. There's the High Priestess. And you can see behind the High Priestess is what I consider to be the Empress energy, the Empress life, right? The paradise, the heaven on earth, the land of milk and honey, the life that really is our human life blended with the divine life. You've got a foot in both realms, you know. Your feet are firmly planted on earth, but your crown is way up in the heavens. And you're living a life that is partaking of both, that is the best of both worlds. But you've got to follow the High Priestess, follow your intuition, follow the guidance from Spirit. Make your will identical with the divine will. And every direction, every turn is going to be the right turn, the right path, the right decision, the right move. Yeah. I like it. We're going to do an extended reading too if you want to stick around. You can click on the link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Virgo every Tuesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.